wants to misdirect. I heard the tempted explanations. Never meant the company to think of everything I always thought of. Disseminated misery.
Let's go.
Go.
Let's go. Punk Rock Radar Live. What is up, boys? Merry Christmas, everybody. So, how was everyone's time with family? So Dylan is in like a candy land right now. He's got a giant nutcracker behind him.
Oh,
Shut up,
wow.
people, man. Yeah, see that giant ass nutcracker?
Cotton candy tree.
Cotton candy tree, giant nutcracker. So it's really mogging your tree there, Lewis. You're the tree.
No, I feel
tree
pretty.
guy.
I feel pretty inadequate now. I don't have a 5-foot nutcracker, so it's gonna have to go on the wish list
I would feel a little
for next
insecure.
year.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
I
My
have,
fucking
me and
manhood.
John have no Christmas, but we're not trying, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, my tree's in
But,
the other room. We do have a tree.
My tree's in another state. So, I swear to you. But who do we got in chat here? We got, oh my gosh, JP. We've got Nick D, aka Spab, with Let's Fucking Go. Likes Nips Rings is here. Says, what's up, boys? And Mick D says, is that the Nutcracker from Violent Night? Violent Night, that's the one at the Santa Claus, the rich people's house, shit goes crazy. What is it? David Arbor plays Santa, right? Yeah, that one was all right. So not my favorite violent horror. I don't know if it's really horror Christmas movie, but there's some good ones.
What about the one with Bill Goldberg, Santa's Sleigh?
Is that the Santa Sleigh? Yeah, that was a classic. It's a classic B movie. What's the other one? Jack Frost. Yeah.
Jack Frost is
yeah.
great,
But in Santa's Sleigh, he lights Fran Drescher's head on fire, which is
oh,
pretty
does
funny.
he? It's been so long. I watched it. I just remember him like holding icicles in two hands and throwing them at people and being shirtless.
Yeah,
it's
good
like
shit.
I remember from that movie, but it's been a while.
Yeah, Jack Frost is solid. Krampus is okay.
Krampus is a fun one. It's like in the vein of Gremlins, I feel like. Well, we got some more people rolling in here. We got 20 watching right now. Blair McMacken says party time. Taco Man says, hey now. And like Stipstring says, Dan Frampton has a nutcracker. Oh, okay. Well, good for Dan Frampton. So let's see here. Is there the Punk Goes Christmas channel now? Is this the Punk Goes Christmas channel now? I mean, we could talk about our favorite Christmas songs all day long. And Rippin' Fots is here. So Dylan's biggest fan. So Rippin' Fots. And Immortal Coil says, let's go. Speaking of Immortal Coil, real quick, some housekeeping here. Immortal Coil has been diligently doing polls in the Discord for predictions, and I'm just going to show you the leaderboard right now. This is basically people in the Discord have predicted what we would vote for, and we haven't really talked about it at all. Every single time we forget about it, so I do want to talk about it real quick. So right now, in the lead, and the winner of this at the end of it is going to get something. I think John was giving away something, and I'll show you. I'll give away. There's something in the pot as well. What's up?
7 quintillion Canadian dollars.
Are they actually called loonies and toonies? I need to know. It feels made up. But
like
number one,
it's like saying a buck.
A buck. Number one is Jacob Willis, so J Will with 148 points. Second place is Beelzebubs with 147 points. And next is Alex Gellerman in third place with 100. Oh, no. Xanderlock's in third place with 145 points. Alex Gellerman's in fourth place with 144 points. And Blocko is in fifth place with 135 points. So that's the top five right there. So it could be anybody's game who could win this thing and get something for the queue. I don't know if John was giving away something. I don't want to just throw it out there and then not be true.
It was the birthday bundle. The winner gets
the birthday bundle.
Yeah.
Oh, you get a birthday bundle. So are you giving them the 2 records, a t-shirt, and they get to recommend a video for us to make, right?
Correct. And stickers and whatever else I could fit in the box.
All right.
Pipe
Well,
bomb.
I'll throw in, let's see here, something to the pot here, which will be the Rancid Radio 7-inch that I have. And we'll throw in Let's Go on vinyl.
Oh,
So
damn.
we'll go ahead and drop 2 Rancids in there. And so you're going to get like 5 records if you win. Maybe we can do a second place thing. Maybe we'll figure it out. So
Elliot's second place is Elliot's used personal massager.
I don't have
Try to
any
get second
personal
place.
massager. I haven't opened it yet, so got it for Christmas. So hasn't even been opened. Still in the plastic. But let's see here. Yeah, everyone's pulling in here. We got 29 watching. Rippin' Fox is asking, can you guys do an episode how to work the Discord?
I could also use that. That would be helpful for me too.
Okay. I mean, I could just message you guys. So we can have a community chat here, or I can explain how Discord works to you, man. Immortal Coil says it's true. I remember when we first got the Toonie. Is it real? Is that actually what they're called, Looney and Toonies? I remember always hearing this. I feel like it's not true. Like Stephanie says, damn, Elliot, trying to show up John. I'm not trying to show up. I'm just adding to the pot here. It's also not like a rare Let's Go record. It's like $25. All right, so you can get it yourself if you really want.
And
The
says, I hope the final is between X-Ray Specs and Devo. The rest is Hot Topic core. Apparently.
Yeah, that was a good comment. Everything here is basically mallcore, unless it's from the 1970s. So, but yeah,
what a
you
boring
guys.
life you must lead to.
Gabe Hill says.
Anyway.
Gabe Hill says, I second the Discord explanation. I'll write up a whole thing or something.
We should just do a quick episode one day about all the things in the Discord, all the channels.
We can do it. Maybe like at the end of something. Maybe at the end of like one of
'Cause
the streams or something.
There's 3 people now asking, I think.
Yeah, we can do. I can go through all the channels, and we might want to clean it up a little bit too. Some things I want to add. So
Just make sure it's at a reasonable time. Dinner at the nursing home is pretty early, I hear.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said just make sure it's at a reasonable time because you don't want to interrupt dinner at the nursing home for them.
That's mean, dude. Just because they're X-Ray Specs fans.
Is anyone else hearing like slot machine noises, or is it like in my head? I heard it like 4 times.
I don't hear any slot
I was trying to like mute and unmute, but it's making this Christmas noise.
Okay, yeah, I'm
so
like,
I'm gonna stop doing
oh, maybe that's what it is.
all right. I felt like I was hearing like a slot machine, but I'm glad it's
I think
not in my head.
I was muting so my mic wouldn't pick up you guys, and I could listen at like a reasonable volume. But then it was picking up the noise when I unmuted.
Oh,
Got a house with 5 Christmas trees there. You don't have one set of headphones.
and
No, I guess not.
really, yeah, you need to start bringing some headphones with you, man. And maybe also we're not referencing the conversation earlier about X-ray specs. It was a comment from somebody else that they were very mean. So they did somehow mention
Anyway,
X-ray
should
specs.
we talk about some Epitaph Records albums, perhaps?
Yeah.
LFG.
We can get into the matchups here right now, anytime. The time is now. John, we've got Bouncing Souls, How I Spent Your Summer Vacation, and Vision, Watching the World Burn. What do you have to say about these 2 records?
This is without a doubt, this is the toughest round 1 or first matchup, I think. I mean, Vision's had a great story and it's a great record, but I think personally that How I Spent My Summer Vacation is top 10 Epitaph album of all time, and I was listening all week because of the next matchup that I think is going to happen, but
dude, that's a rough one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Summer Vacation. It's pretty bulletproof pop punk record. So I love Vision from this is the Battle of New Jersey here again. But let's go How I Spent My Summer Vacation, Bouncing Souls.
All right, Lewis. Vision versus the Souls.
Fuck it, man. I'm going to follow my heart. I'm going Vision. I
Really?
love Summer Vacation. Yeah, love Summer Vacation. Think it's one of the best, I don't know, whatever you want to consider the Bouncing Souls, Jersey, skate, pop enjoyable punk, whatever. But Vision record is Ordcore. Yeah, you call everything Ordcore, but fucking Vision. This Vision record, especially compared to like the other bullshit they put out, is like amazing. So this record is brutal from beginning to end. One of my favorite hardcore punk records ever. This would be in my top 10 of Epitaph records. So I'm gonna follow my heart. I'm going Vision. I know it's gonna lose, but it's cool. So Vision for me.
All right, Dylan. Vision versus Bouncing Souls.
Well, I am known to prefer enjoyable punk, as Lewis calls it, over hardcore punk. It's my favorite subgenre. The Bouncing Souls get my vote and go up 2-1 here, and we'll see what Elliot does.
I mean, it's not even close. Like, I love the Vision record. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, when I heard Close Minded on that Punkorama 5, like, I was like, I have to fucking grab this record. Like, it's a great song. It's a great album. No Compromise, Wipe the Slate Clean, Beggars and Gentry. I mean, the first, like, 5 tracks of this thing are bangers. The whole thing's pretty good. But it's How I Spent Your Summer Vacation. From front to back, this is, like, the most feel-good punk record of all time, in my opinion. It's like one of the definitely in the top 10 best Epitaph records, records of all time. So I'm definitely going Bouncing Souls with this one. And what are the people saying?
I want to go on record. I love this record, but the song "True Believers" is way overrated. It's not that good.
Wow.
But yes, let's go see what people have to say.
I actually think it's one of the best.
Never gets old.
Yeah, like versus like Bro Him. I think it's like way better.
I agree.
Another best song.
I agree with Dylan.
The song by that band. I don't get tired of that.
I mean, I don't even really. I think Broham's still a good song, but it's Bouncing Souls at 75%, Envision at 25%. So there's a 1/4 of the people on Lewis's side, just like he is 1/4 of the vote here. So matches up pretty perfectly. And what are the people saying? Like Zipstring says, love Vision, but it has to be the Souls. Mick D says, I love Vision, but this is an easy call Vacation. Tim Kaiser says, Vision album is great. There it is. Immortal Coil confirmed. Lewis hates the Souls.
Yeah,
and
add it to the growing.
Somebody's got to get the crowd
no
going here, man, guys.
Yeah, Bouncing hates no use. Bouncing Souls. I don't know. What does this guy love? Immortal Coil says true believers are the greatest deceivers. Okay, I have no clue what that means. But let's move on to the next matchup here. Explain it in the chat, Mortal Coil, whenever you have a chance. I don't understand the joke. Maybe it was just a throwaway line, and I shouldn't be pinpointing it and talking about it this much. But Lewis, this is a cool matchup. NOFX is Ribbed up against RKL's Riches to Rags. So you got like the kind of RKL Junior NOFX era here up against RKL themselves. What do you have to say, man?
I mean, I kind of looked at this one looking at the next matchup, which is one of my other top 10 Epitaph records it's going to be going against. But yeah, RKL's fine, just never really for me. I'm just going to go with Ribbed on this one. I think it's a pretty good NOFX record. So yeah, Ribbed.
All right. Dylan, Ribbed or RKL?
I think the time has finally come for a NOFX album to get bounced. I don't think a single one has thus far. I could be wrong about that. Actually, White Trash did, didn't it?
White Trash is in, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. My point stands. It's time for NOFX to lose one of these. And what you said, RKL Junior, I would call it RKL Light or RKL Diet RKL or whatever phrase you want to use. But yes, I do think that of the two, apples to apples, the RKL album is better.
Apples to apples. RKL Junior's the same as Diet RKL. You know, same thing, man. But so we got Ribbed, which is I don't know. I love Ribbed. I think it's like a great NOFX record. I love when NOFX does these types of riffs. I miss them doing these types of riffs. Shower Days is a classic. New Boobs, a great song. The Malachi Crunch, or however you say it at the end, has a great fucking riff. It's up against the RKO record, which does have like a lot of fucking rippers on it. It also has like a nice balance of songs. You got Betrayed and Heavily Sedated towards the end, so you get like these little bangers throughout the record. The only thing I'll say about the RKO record is I think I enjoyed it a little bit more when I was younger, and I don't know why. Maybe this will bite me in the ass because there's a few bands I like that I feel like do this as well. I feel like the vocals are kind of forced. Like it doesn't sound like a genuine rasp. It sounds like it's a little layered. Like I don't know what it is. Like it just seems like he's really trying to do the whole sound a little bit too much on this record. To me personally, I think I'm gonna go with Ribbed. But it's pretty close because I think they're both great records. So, John,
I can't believe you didn't. I can't believe you didn't take that opportunity to sing one of the lyrics in the voice. That seems like it would have been pure Elliot.
I'm trying to stop do that because every time I get the lyrics wrong, and then I just end up stuttering. So, John, what do you have to say here? NOFX versus RKL.
Yeah, so I don't think this is really even close, if I'm being honest. Like, I appreciate RKL. They donated that signed poster to us on the 2,000 subscriber stream, but this is like, I mean, come on. We've got Green Corn, Moron Brothers, Shower Days, LA, Nowhere, Ghana Herfa Syphilades, and Malachi
Good
Crunch.
job, man. He got it.
There we go. But yeah, this is come on. It's ribbed all day long. We'll lose a NOFX album. We have to in the next round. They're against each other, even if it wins. So I'll lose it there, but I'm not going to lose it here. It's ribbed.
I was right about New Maps of Hell beat White Trash last week.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. They did.
That reminded me.
Well,
by
Lewis,
the way, is there Lewis mentioned I was echoing. Is that fixed now, or because I'm seeing my thing light up when you guys are talking? Is it echoing?
I don't hear any echo.
No, I don't hear it either.
Good. Okay.
I said, but Lewis, I'll go ahead and do the voice just for you right now. And I'm fully sedated. I don't even know if it picked it up in the mic. It's how he does it.
It was
fully sedated.
It's pretty. Yeah, that was pretty good. Just for the record, I always thought the name of the song was the Malachi Crunch, but maybe I was wrong.
Yeah,
it probably was the Malachi Crunch. I just said Malachi Crunch because that's what I said when I was younger and looked at the back cover.
That's what I thought too, but then I figured they got a lot of. It seems I don't know. It seemed like Malachi.
It seems more Jewish. So
that's exactly what I was gonna say. So
yeah. Let's see what the chat has to say. NOFX at 96%, RKL at 4%. I thought that'd be a little more split than that. That's crazy.
It's not close.
Dylan's
Come on.
firmly with 4% of the audience. Rippin' Fots definitely was one of the RKL supporters. So Rippin' Fots and Dylan holding down for RKL, which is the record. It's a good record. I just think
RKL has been betrayed.
Straight up been betrayed. Betrayed. All right. The next matchup we've got here is Propagandhi's Victory Lap up against Heaven's Patent Pending. Dylan, two of your favorite records, and you get to start off with them. So
yeah, that's funny.
We'll vote for Propagandhi. My vote goes to the Great White North.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's basically all I gotta say. Sorry, Rippin' Fots. I didn't say more. Sorry.
All right. What? Rippin' Fots wants you to vote Heavens?
He's making He's making a Dylan soundboard for home usage.
Well, let's see here. I would say it's. I think it is kind of close. I don't know if it's close for you, Lewis. I feel like me and you are the only ones who'd be considering this one. I really like the Heavens record a lot. I feel like I'm more likely to listen to the Propagandhi record now than I am the Heavens record, though I do really enjoy it. I think it's a really good version of kind of like that 80s new wave, like a really like accessible, not pretentious version of it. So, but I think I'm going to go with Victory Lap. I think it's got bigger bangers on it. John, Propagandhi versus Heavens.
Yeah, I think these are both kind of flawed-ish records to me. Like I said some nice things about Heavens last time, but like if I'm not in the mood for this, I can't get through it. Like it's kind of it's tough. You have to be in a specific headspace to want to listen to this. I find it a little bit monotonous, but like going back and listening to Victory Lap, there's a couple of really weak songs on Victory Lap too. Like Wishing is pretty bad. I get lost a little bit in the middle. It does have the title track, Failed Imagineer.
Yeah.
Adventures in Zoocosis is a good one. It's definitely better than Heavens. I would say this is another one I don't find particularly close, but like both of them are ones I have to be in a specific mood for. But let's go Victory Lap.
Definitely. Dude, getting lost in the middle. I think I said that last time. I was listening to it. I just totally zoned out in the middle of the Propagandhi record until Failed Imagineer kicked on. But Lewis, what do you have to say here?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of like contemplating this one. I mean, Propagandhi is my is obviously a more favored band of mine than Heavens, but I really love this Heavens record. I think it's really it was just something like totally different that I was into at that time. I think if I was going to look at this objectively, I would say the Propagandhi record is better, just from a technical perspective, sonically, and I think it's I know people like Failed States, but I think it's an improvement over that record too. But you know what? It's going to lose, so I'll just throw in my vote for Heavens just to give it to them. I do love this record, so I'll do Heavens. Why not?
All right. We also got to hear Dylan crack open a cold one. So right in the middle of your monologue. So, but yeah, I guess Propagandhi's moving on. And what are the people saying? Propagandhi 81%, Heaven 19%. And what are people saying? What are people saying? Dancing Cat says, I'm the only one to vote RKL. Damn. Arthur Lim says the ending to New Boobs is cringe. I mean, there's a lot of cringe with NOFX, scattered amongst their career.
Yeah. I Don't Want You Around is the weakest song on there, I think.
Definitely. Yeah, it's
Agreed,
like a shitty
yeah.
ska song. Mick D says prop with the Canadian flag. A proud Canadian. Like Snipstring says, it's sorry, Dylan. Say it like the boys up north. And Mortal Coil says, heavens, why Blink asked Skiba to join them? I mean,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Rippin' Fots. I like you because you don't ramble to Dylan. He likes when Dylan goes Propagandhi. Next one. I respect it. Sometimes I get lost in the sauce of my own monologue. So sometimes it's nice just to have Dylan come in and cut through all the bullshit and just say, what are we talking about here? Let's just pick the better record. But let's move on to the next one here, which is going to be Off With Their Heads in Desolation up against the Dwarves. Oh my gosh, it's young. Oh wait, the Dwarves are young and good looking.
There you go.
Right? There we go.
You got it.
Excellent. I also want to say that I do really like the Dwarves record. I think it's like a really like fun, just solid punk rock record. I can't deny. What was it? We Must Bleed. What's that first track they have? That song is really fucking hard.
Unrepentance first. We Must Have Blood is track 2.
We Must Have Blood. Yeah, I love We Must Have Blood. And Everybody's Girl is a fun song. Throw the World Away. It's a fun punk rock record. Like if you're just on just to have like it's very in the vein of like what I find appealing about Guttermouth. It's like the Dwarves really hits with this record as well. But I'm just a much bigger Off With Their Heads fan. It's a bit more of a record that has a lot of depth to it. You've got like Old Man, ZZYZX, Trying to Breathe, Drive. The final track, Clear the Air, is like one of the best like Off With Their Heads songs they've ever written. It's incredible. So I'm going with In Desolation. And John, what do you have to say about these two records?
Yeah, I like this Off With Their Heads record, but and this is not my favorite Dwarves record. I just had to just refresh myself with the track list. The first two are good. Like you said, Everybody's Girl, I think, was on a Punkorama.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely there's a lot of filler on this Dwarves record though, for sure. It's a lot of goofy joke tracks. Yeah, this is a close one. I didn't even think this was gonna be close, but it kind of is because Off With Their Heads is good. Let's make it interesting though. I'm gonna go with the Dwarves.
All right, Lewis, Off With Their Heads versus the Dwarves.
Yeah, I just saw Spab mention in chat that Home is better than In Desolation. I agree with that. I don't know what happened to Home. I don't.
Yeah,
yeah, but
it got. I forget.
I don't know.
It got fucked by something.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a really good record. I mean, kudos to Off With Their Heads making anthems for depressed middle-aged white guys all across America. So good times.
I relate.
Yeah, me too. So it's a good record. I think this Dwarves record is a fine punk record, but yeah, I go to listen this off with their heads pretty frequently. So I'm gonna go with off with their heads.
All right, Dylan, are you gonna throw it up as a tiebreaker, or what are you doing here?
I'm not. I'm gonna vote for Off with Their Heads
Okay.
because I like the album more.
All right, there, ripping Fots. Right there, you go. So the reason Dylan is near and dear to your heart has been expressed right there in that very simple explanation of why he chose Off with Their Heads, because he likes it more. And who wins? Off with Their Heads at 53%, Dwarves at 47%. So it would have been a close match if it was left to a tie. But what are people saying? Murderholic says Off with Their Head might be hanging it up. And Blair McMacken says Blag for the win. Gabe Hill says this is the best Dwarves album. I don't know if it is. I'll have to go
Blag
through all
who?
the records. Mick D says, good thing I'm wearing sweats, Dylan style. So you're not wearing any sweats. Alexis Ring says, Elliot says too much, never. I'll take that as a honest comment, and thank you. So, and Mortal Coil says Dwarves all day. So Mortal Coil, big Dwarves fan. Who knew? But let's go ahead and move on to the second round, guys. And John starting us off again with the toughest matchup. I think probably the closest matchup of the entire bracket. Probably of one of the closest matchups we've had so far, which is the Bouncing Souls, How I Spent Your Summer Vacation up against Rancid. Let's go. John, let's go.
Yeah, this is my favorite Souls record and my favorite Rancid record. And like, if you asked me what band I like better, it would be Rancid. So like, I was prepared to vote Let's Go, but I've been listening to these two records. This has been like 10 days since the last stream, so I've been listening to both of these like all the way through, and I think that the Souls record is just more listenable. I'm enjoying it more. Like the Rancid one has some great songs, but there's definitely some skips. I don't know if there's any skips on Summer Vacation, so I think I like the Souls better in this matchup. I'm gonna go Souls.
All I'll say in defense of Rancid, there's like twice as many songs.
I mean, it's a detriment and a perk. So
I know. But Lewis, go ahead. What do you think of here? Souls versus Rancid. John went Souls. Where are you going?
I'm there with John, I think. I love Let's Go as well, but it is a very long record. It just drags a little bit for me. I think there's a great songs on it. Even if I think that True Believers is a little overrated, this Bouncing Souls record is very, very good. The only reason I didn't vote for it in the first round is because I just happened to like have a major love affair with that Vision record. So I'm gonna go Souls. There's a better Rancid record in my opinion coming up later here, so I'm gonna go Souls and not feel bad about it.
All right, Dylan. Souls versus Rancid.
I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised because you guys have a minor tendency to dog on the Bouncing Souls artistic capabilities to a certain extent. But I feel like I'm safe to come out of the closet here as a Bouncing Souls stan.
Oh my gosh,
And,
get back in that closet, dude.
yeah.
We don't want to see that.
Cast my vote for the Bouncing Souls because quality over quantity.
there you go.
I mean, to be fair, most of our go on. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, just most of our criticism, most of the criticism of the Souls that John and I have wagered at least is like everything before this record. So I think it's all right. So what are you gonna say, Elliot?
Oh yeah. So we got. I'll say this real quick. This was right there with John. I like Rancid better as a band. So this was pretty tough. Also, Let's Go has been like my favorite Rancid record back and forth for like many times. So these are the two records I listen to back to back the most. But I do want to say right off the bat with the Rancid record is Nihilism, Radio, Sidekick, Salvation, and Tenderloin. Like 5 absolute fucking bangers right off the bat. And yeah, there's a lot of not great tracks, not bad tracks, but sure, there's some like, you know, I don't know, like Let's Go or Ghetto
Jimmy and
Boxes,
Johnny.
whatever. Jimmy and Johnny. I like Jimmy and Johnny. Saint Mary's a good song.
It's all right.
One of my favorite Rancid songs are here as well, which is Dope Sick Girl. And so I absolutely love this Rancid record. I own it. I'm giving it away. But I've got to go with how I spent my summer vacation. I listened to these back to back, and there is just something special about this Souls record. It is some sort of lightning in a bottle thing that I don't think any punk band is going to capture again, where you just feel really good the entire time you listen to it. Like it's like a weirdly like uplifting record, and like the ending with Gone is like so good. True Believers, I think I never get tired of the song. Private Radio, Immortal Coil says private radio over radio. It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's a
I'll
tough.
say that.
That's
I love
a tough
radio.
one.
That's a tough one to say. But Manthem, I love that. That was on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. So I'm going with How I Spent Your Summer Vacation. But I love both of these records a ton. So I guess it's all 4-way. All of us are going Souls on this one. And let's see what the chat does. And the chat is also going Souls at 62%, Rancid at 38%. So win it there. So.
Massive upset.
Massive ups. Actually, I guess it's not an upset at all.
It's 15 versus 18. Yeah, it's a little small upset.
Yeah.
I agree with what our Immortal Coil is saying though. When you said "Dope Sick Girl," I was surprised, man. That's a skip for me on Let's Go.
I love the bass line is so good on that. That song is awesome. Dope Sick Girl rules. Dude. I don't know what you're talking about. You're both high.
There's a lot of bad Rancid songs with good bass lines.
No,
Not that that's a
good. It's a good song. I like it. You like Dope Sick Girl, Dylan?
I think it's a perfectly fine musical composition.
Hey, there we go. I'll take that. So I can hear myself. Is it just me, or I hear like an echo of myself?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Is that from Dylan?
It's Dylan.
That's what I was asking
It's
about.
cool.
You
Well, I
guys
didn't
said
hear it.
wasn't
No,
until
dude, it's
now.
fine.
Yeah.
Dude, the more Elliot we have, the happier we are. We're all good.
It's right.
Double Elliot.
Never enough rambling from Elliot. So, but the Souls move on. What are people saying? Blair McAtkins says very uplifting. Summer Vacation might be an in-game sleeper. Very possible. Quality or quantity, a choice you have to make. Yes. And maybe says artistic capabilities are important. I mean, definitely. I don't know. I feel like they're both like competent songs. I don't feel like any one is better than the other one. Rancid versus Souls. I feel like they're both really strong songwriters. So, but maybe says bad choice. So I guess they were going for Let's Go. And Shane Springer says Rancid first album rules. Well, this is the second one, but the first one's really good too.
He said it in all caps, though. You have to like.
Oh, sorry. Rancid's first album rules. I don't. Should I scream? I'm not gonna scream.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one. Lewis, we've got NOFX. Pump Up the Volume versus NOFX's Ribbed. I know where you're going, so go ahead and tell the people why.
Yeah. My favorite NOFX record, Pump Up the Volume. So it's definitely that's gonna be my pick. Ribbed is great. I think there's a lot of classic NOFX songs, but Pharmacist's Daughter is absolute banger. I mean, Total Bummer, Marijuana, Stranger Than Fishing. Let's see what else. Dinosaurs Will Die, obviously. Take Two Placebos. Like, I love this record. I love the guitar tone on this record. I just love the whole sound of it. It's amazing. And I know So Long is a lot of people's default favorite, and I think that is a great record too, but this one will always be a special place. So NOFX, Pump Up the fucking Volume.
Let's go.
Language.
Okay, this is a Christian punk rock channel. All right. Tooth and Nail next after this one. Dylan, Ribbed versus Valium.
Only one of these albums has Bottles to the Ground, and that is one of the best NOFX songs. So I have to.
Yep.
Is Dylan Robot or is it just me?
Oh, I thought it was me. Okay, Dylan has gone robot. Okay.
He's
All right,
lobbying for pump up the volume in Morse code, I think.
I I think he said ribbed. I'm pretty positive. He said, imagine a bottles to the ground done from ribbed in the rib style. That'd be pretty cool. So someone needs to start doing that. They do that for Blink. They're like, let's do like a new Blink song in the Dude Ranch style. Like we need someone doing that for NOFX. I want bottles to the ground to the rib style. But
Yeah.
Dylan, are you back?
I mean, am I?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
you're all right.
All right.
Pump up
so
the
you,
volume.
Yes, there we go. This is why you should keep it short and sweet, like Rip and Fott said. All right. When you start explaining yourself, this kind of stuff happens. But Pump Up the Volume versus Ribbed. I've had critiques of Pump Up the Volume, and not that I don't like the record at all. It's just there's a few, I think, flaws with it. And I also feel like the fact that like the title track was put on a Punkorama and it wasn't like the intro track, which sounds like the intro track, is like crazy because they have that like weird like linoleum throwback. But the production is awesome on Pump Up the Volume. You got Take Two Placebos, sounds like absolutely amazing. Total Bummer, one of my favorite songs on here, and even the ending track theme for a NOFX album, I loved, especially when I was younger. Like this was probably like my favorite NOFX record when I was younger because I thought it was very funny, and so which it is. There's some humor to it. So I'm gonna go with Pump Up the Volume over Ribbed, but I do like Ribbed a good bit. So even though Pump Up the Volume is not my favorite NOFX record, Ribbed, listening back to it, there's definitely some, I don't know. It doesn't stick out as much. There's not as much stuff sticking in my head as like, Dinosaurs Will Die, I think is like the best track on here probably. And that's much better than anything on Ribbed, but Ribbed is an excellent record. So sorry for the ramble there. John, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I think I've said many times on this channel that Pump Up the Volume is also my favorite NOFX record. This is like Lewis and I, this is our record. Came out when we were like 15 years old. Peak of my NOFX fandom. So you guys said all the songs. They're talking about the B-sides in the chat. The title track, Pump Up the Volume, that didn't get put on here is so good. The Melvin Fat Mike kind of mashup. It's Pump Up the Volume. I think Ribbed is awesome, especially the A side. But I'm gonna go with Pump. Yeah, it's gonna make it into the final 12. I think we're gonna end up with 12. Yeah.
I gotta say, Pump Up the Volume is a great album, but it's no X-Ray specs. And it's also mall punk.
It is also mall punk. You could have probably bought it at your local FYE. So instead of on the streets from a crack dealer. So,
I got it for...
You used to get punk records, as we all know.
I got it for $4 at FYE, I believe. By the way, my internet should be better. I'm no longer reliant on Elon Musk. I put on my hotspot.
Excellent. But no, we're gonna have 16 records for the final, John. So, 4 records every round, right?
Yeah, Sweet 16. Yeah. There we go.
Sweet 16. That's what we like to see. And El Duderino says, I'm obsessed with big lesbians. Yes, this is... I mean, we already saw all the Fat Mike's weird fetish stuff before, but I feel like he started amping it up quite a bit after this record. He really wanted us to know what turned him on, which I was always curious about. But Valium's at 64% and Ribs at 26%.
That's surprising.
So Valium's kind of sweeps. I know. I thought it was going to be. I low key. I thought Ribbed might even take it.
I thought Rib would take the chat for sure.
Yeah, Ribbed has like a ton of like, I don't know, like there's like some diehard Ribbed fans. So I understand. Ribbed is like a really cool record. It's definitely the best of the Steve era NOFX easly.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
It's not even close.
I guess you don't have to say. You only have to say it to Murderholics probably. Like Snipstring says, let's see here. Where was it at? Where did he say it? How about Stick It in Your Eye, Elliot? It was on White Trash, right?
Yeah, that's White Trash.
Yeah.
I don't know what
that's
the
all right,
reference was. It's all right. And Arthur Lim says, One-Way Ticket to Fuck Neckville. Just listing a song. Was that even a B-side for
it's on
Valium?
7. It was a B-side for War and Airism. Because it's on the commercial.
Yeah,
it's on that promo. It's on that. Is it on the promo CD? I forget.
Yeah, it's in the commercial.
Or he mentions it. Yeah.
Yeah, the commercial.
Shane Springer says, NOFX sound changed so much from Airlines to Rib. They got much better. Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Immortal Coil says, happiness can be bought for a little more than free. Modern day prohibition. There you go. Here's the singing.
All right,
You
on to
missed,
the
you
next
missed the
match.
best.
We got,
You missed the
What's the
best
best one?
comment though. John, you and Lewis could be the moron brothers. There we go. So
Oh, man,
I'm
I like
gonna
this.
high five you through the thing, Lewis. I don't know if you could see me. There we go.
You got to
There we go.
headbutt. You got to do like a moron brother headbutt. That's what it is.
I'm gonna go take a piss. I'm gonna go take a piss in the ice trays as a celebration. So it's gonna be good.
All right. Well, Dylan, you're starting us off with Propagandhi victory lap up against Bad Religion Suffer. What do you have to say about these two records? I feel like this will be very short from you. So,
well, we no longer have to suffer pretending that Propagandhi is anything but a bunch of fucking communist propagandists from Canada. Because we're voting for Bad Religion here, and Suffer is going to move on.
all right. So Dylan just went in there. So went in there on communism and Canada. So I will say this. I mean, we've got, if it was a different Propagandhi record, it would be a lot closer than this one. It's a little bit unfair to Suffer to actually be put up against this Propagandhi record because it's like, it's not even close. It's Suffer all the way. It kind of does a disservice to how good Suffer is in comparison. But, I mean, the victory lap's not bad. It's just like Suffer from front to back I can listen to any time, and the Propagandhi record is just not it in comparison. It's one of the most important punk records of all time as well. Not really going into my calculation for why I would pick something, but I will mention it. So I'm going with Suffer here. And John, Propagandhi up against Bad Religion.
Is Mr. Fotz still here or no? So it's Bad Religion Suffer. That's my vote. Let's just move it on. Short and sweet.
There you go. Short and sweet. So, John, you're working your way to be Rippin' Fotz number 2. Lewis.
I think Fat Mike said it. This was the record that changed everything, right? I think that was one of his quotes, and I agree. I mean, Bad Religion is my favorite band. Suffer is one of my favorite albums by them, so it's not even close. I love this Propagandhi record, but I mean, talk about no skips. I mean, this Bad Religion record is a banger from wall to wall, and it's very economical. You're like done in like under 30 minutes or whatever. So it's a great record. So Suffer all day.
All right. So the chat is also going 88% Suffer, 12% Propagandhi. That's crazy. That is less than the RKL versus NOFX Ripped. So, which I thought that was going to be kind of close. Pretty interesting. So Bad Religion takes it at 88%. Suffer's going all the way. And what are people saying? And John, we got to talk.
Ken says Bad Religion, known capitalist. I would say they are. They're very very into merchandising. The Crossbuster, of course. A culturally significant piece of iconography.
Look, it's the endless the cycle of hypocrisy with punk bands, all right? So it just is what it is. So,
dude, you know what it is. You start up, you sell out, and then you bro down. That's what you do.
Right? Bad Religion's broing down right now. Greg is just broing the fuck on. Rippin' Fotz says Dylan's audio is Fotz today. Well, you can thank Dylan for that.
He's turning on me.
He's like, why does Dylan sound like shit all the time? Because he never brings a mic or a headphone. Like Snipring says, nice on Lewis. Way to embrace it. I don't know.
I think the pissing. I think the pissing in the ice trace. Yeah.
Yes. And Shane Springer says, how to clean everything was good. Yeah, it was a good record. Blair McMacken says, Propagandhi because all Bad Religion sounds the same. A little bit, but.
What a nuanced opinion.
You could also make an argument that all modern Propagandhi sounds exactly like all modern Propagandhi
sounds the same. Yeah. I mean, I would say it's like Process and Empire don't really sound anything like Suffer and No Control and stuff. So
agreed.
I can understand for like a little, for, in spurts of time, Bad Religion will make kind of the same record over and over, but it's good. All right, let's move on to the next match here, which is going to be Rancid. Now come the Wolves up against Off with their heads in Desolation. And it's going to be Rancid and Out Come the Wolves. It's like just one of the best punk records of the 90s. It's absolutely incredible. From front to back. I mean, there's a billion songs. Ruby Soho, Roots of the Radical, Maxwell Murder, As Wicked, Junkie Man, Tell Me Where Your Story Is. So it's an Outcome the Wolves. John.
Yeah, this isn't close. The number 2 seed for a reason. I don't think we ever explained the seeding, but it's the number 2 seed. There's just so many, like, not even good punk songs, but like just good rock songs that were on the radio. Like they crushed it with Out Come the Wolves and Off With Their Heads, man. It's not for me. It's just very kind of, I don't know, watered down. Could be a boring record at times if you're not feeling it, but like. People who don't like punk like this Out Come the Wolves record. People who love punk like this record. So it's Out Come the Wolves all day long.
All right. Lewis, Out Come the Wolves versus Off With Their Heads.
Yeah, I mean, what's there to say here? I mean, this Off With Their Heads record is fine, but I mean, we're talking about almost a perfect record. I mean, it's this Rancid record is still a classic of the day. By far, in my opinion, I think the best Rancid record, and for good reason. All you guys said it already. The radio hits, the connection to everything else. It sounds like a Clash record too, so that's some bonus points for it for me. So why not?
All right, Dylan, are you gonna complete the? I was gonna say trifecta, but it's more than that. What is it? A quadfecta? Would it be called a quadfecta? I'm not sure, but go ahead. Are you gonna complete it?
I am going to, and I like that John pointed out the like mass appeal of an Out Come the Wolves. I mean, they're like making a fucking like a TV series based on it or whatever now, some like drama or something.
Are they really?
Yeah, I think it's like the most mainstream album on Epitaph, like even more so than Smash.
It's way more than Smash.
And that's not a bad thing. Like usually that would mean like it's like very like plain and like milk toast or whatever you like douchey term you want to use, but it's just a really good like accessible album. And
enjoy it. So enjoyable punk, if you will, right, Dylan? It's very enjoyable.
Yeah, it is enjoyable punk, the same genre as the Bouncing Souls. They're one and the same. I will say I've never heard an entire Bouncing Souls album played in full in a fucking hipster coffee shop like I have this Rancid album. So
in full? Uh-huh. I haven't heard it like
yeah,
tattoo
they just played the whole fucking thing.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. Where you get your coffee at, man? But I looked it up. Yeah, I don't really know what the details of this is. Out Come the Wolves follows a group of friends during the mid-90s punk craze that are trying to escape a dead-end city that wants to dead-end their lives. Sounds
like the
lame.
plot of fucking American Idiot or 21st Century Breakdown or something.
Wait, what was that, John? What'd you put up on the screen?
It's my notebook my sister got for me. Yeah.
What does it say?
I like punk rock music and maybe 3 people. Yep. It's very accurate.
We're all here. All right. So what are the people saying? Let's see here. Where was I? I saw something from Shane. Shane Springer said the song Daly City Train is about my friend Johnny. R.I.P. Really? That's cool. That's pretty interesting. Like Stepstring says, Wolves is going to be the finals. I am calling my shot here. It is a pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
Maybe says modern prop over modern bad religion. That's fair. I mean, I really like modern bad religion.
So, I mean, not compared to True North, yeah, but
yeah, it depends where modern starts. Modern after 2000, maybe.
Yeah. Blair McMacken says, Out Come the Wolves is the only Rancid album I don't really skip around on. Well, every single one has about 25 songs, so you get your share of, maybe we'll skip this one this time. Tim Kaiser says, Rancid is only slightly less overrated than Pennywise. At least Rancid will try some new things. So, occasionally, they'll they try a lot of new things. I don't know, man. So Rancid experiments all the time, except for now.
No, Pennywise is the most consistent band in punk, 100%.
That's right.
And I don't know why it's a negative.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna buy that Pennywise record, you're gonna enjoy it most of the time if you like Pennywise.
Dude, that's punk people in general. Like, they complain if it changes too much. They complain if it stays the same. It's just you can't win. You know.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like pick your
I like
poison. Do you want to get shit on for making sounding different or sounding the same?
I like experimentation, but I like it within the bounds of like the roots of the band. I don't like you doing some large shift where all of a sudden it's like we're just gonna do a whole new genre. Like you gotta work your way there, like AFI did or something. Um,
Uh,
I mean, I don't love the new stuff, but at least they like built up to it. It's not like it wasn't like a shell shock.
uh,
Let's see.
Death taxes, and the same Pennywise record every fucking 5 years. That's what I want in my life.
I mean,
Okay?
that's my
it.
favorite Lewis quote. So it's three constants in life: is death, taxes, and Pennywise making the same record every 3 years.
I wish it was 3 years.
it's like
Yeah.
I know.
it's like Madden. Like you want to buy Madden and it like turned into like a fucking pickleball game or something.
The Madden of punk music. Like
Yeah.
String says, Dylan's a hipster. Yikes! That's a yikes from me, guys. Honestly, when I heard that, I was yikesing all over the place.
Well, for some context, it was Underground's Coffee House in Tarpon Springs, Florida, and it was the house music before a band played. So that's the only reason I was there, to see Victims of Circumstance play.
I'm glad. Oh, that's cool. Maybe says enjoyable punk equals mall punk. So we love mall punk.
Yeah.
Immortal Coil says Dylan gets his coffee at Pumpkin Donuts. Pumpkin Donuts. So is it like a donut place in Canada? I wonder.
NOFX had that
Fat
shirt.
Warrens.
NOFX had that shirt. I think it said Pumpkin Donuts.
Pumpkins.
No, there was a Dunkin' one
Pumpkin
too.
Donut.
And then they had the
A
Snickers
pumpkin
one. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Oh,
And
Rippin'
the only
Go ahead.
the only donut shop in Canada is Tim Hortons. You should know that. So go on. But
Rippin' Fot says, is that Sesame Street vinyl in John's background?
Yes, it is. Thanks for noticing.
Yeah, John's now Rippin' Fot's new favorite. So, Immortal Coil says, sounds like a super fake story.
Yeah, I made it up. I'm a liar.
It's pretty funny, but yeah, I mean, I was not able to make any tier list this time, so I'm apologize for that. It's a time-consuming process making these tier lists, and it was the holiday season, so we'll get back to watching John rank some things. So, guys, real quick in the chat, just throw out some ideas. Like, what do you want to see John rank? I mean, I have a couple ideas out there, but like, what would you want to know? Like, what does John pick this thing? What is John's favorite thing of this thing? Because there's only like 3 in the S tier usually. So we can do like Mexican food. We can do seafood. Johnny,
I don't trust his opinion on Mexican food, I have to say.
Yeah.
You shouldn't trust
Not a
any of my
seafood
opinions. No,
we can do cookies.
That would be the one I would trust the least.
Maybe we can just do like maybe we can just do fast food restaurants. I don't think we've done that yet. So we'll just rank all the fast food restaurants. What's John's favorite? It's gonna be something like A&W.
A&W. What? I don't know if I've ever had that.
You never been to an A&W? Usually they're combined with a Dairy Queen or like a AFC.
There's one in
Because they
Fishkill,
can't
right,
survive on
Lewis?
their own.
Wasn't there one in Fishkill?
yeah, there's one in Fishkill.
Okay, I never ate there though.
Jimbo says John needs to rank different brands of mayo. Okay.
Ooh.
So just every type of mayonnaise on the block. Tim Kaiser says John ranks baby food. I'm not going to tell you right now. Pureed fruit, which is just baby foods. Not bad sometimes, all right? I've had
sweatpant breads for boner hiding. Fucking Kirkland signature from Costco. Can't be beat.
Kirkland's signature, yeah. When we're salivating and fully erected, talking about the 5th Bad Religion record in the finals. Okay. So, what is in the finals so far? We've got obviously we've got Pump the Valium, How I Spent Summer Vacation, Suffer, Wolves. What's the other 8 so far? Do you have them easy to access?
Yeah, I got them. Hang on. So
Maybe says John should rank Ben and Jerry's. We did ice cream, so we can't just do Ben and Jerry's.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I got it.
All right.
About Time, Everything Sucks, So Long, Penny Bridged.
Okay, those are all good.
And last one, where is it? Here we go. Heavy Petting Zoo, Empire Strikes First, New Maps, and Smash. So there you go. That's all of them.
Okay, so I mean, the only one that kind of lucked its way there was Heavy Petting Zoo, if I'm being honest.
For sure. I was just gonna say it was a good little run there.
I mean, honestly, I feel like I don't know. Yeah.
So is the final set, or we have one more?
We have
One
one more to do. So, do we know what next week's matchups are? Can we pull them up or no? Not yet.
I can. Yeah, hang on. I'll just read them because I don't have that the view. So
it says John ranks cereals. He did cereals, but I didn't make him a cereal one. So maybe we can do cereal again.
I love cereal. Next week is Weaker Than's reconstruction site against All Problematic. Pennywise Straight Ahead against Pulley Esteem Driven Engine. Pennywise Unknown Road against Anchors Away, which beat Against the Grain, just to keep reminding you guys. Then we got Souls Hopeless Romantic against 10-Foot Pole Rev. And the bye-week albums are Punkin' Drublick, No Control, Sing Sing, Death House, and Land of the Free. So this is a good mix.
It's a good mix. Sing Sing Death House is a bye album. That's crazy. He did that well.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love Sing Sing Death House, but all right, I guess we'll wrap it up here, guys.
Where's Smash?
Smash is
Where
already
is it?
in. It's already made it to the finals, right?
No,
Already made it.
It needs to be in this one.
There it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, already made it, Dylan. You're high. No. But yeah, all right. Thank you guys for showing up. Don't forget to go to punkrockradio.limitedrun.com. John is selling all sorts of records from small independent punk bands. You got Rain Check, Highbrow, Lowbrow. You got Small State. The profession. What is it called, Dylan? It's
The poorly trained professionals.
the poorly trained professionals.
My top 10.
Spoiler.
Yeah, top 10.
All right, we don't know yet. So, Small State, we also got Modern Shakes, A Both in the Blue, which is like my album cover of the year. I think the album art's super good on it. Stank Finger, 3 Finger Discount. Lots of cool bands. Go ahead and go on there and browse around and just, go on Spotify and listen to them. And if you like them, go buy a record from Punk Rock Raider. It supports the channel. And it supports the band. So do your part to keep punk alive. I'm doing a great ad read right here. I'll tell you that right now. That's a 10
like
out of
mine
10
better.
ad read.
I gotta say.
Yeah, Dylan was better. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you, Lewis. Yeah.
Corey.
This one's really freaking good. Fastlane.
Fastlane as well. Yes. So don't forget to do that. Also, you can buy the Punk Rock Radar hoodie, and there is, I believe, 2 types of T-shirts. And John, so far, has thrown in some extra goodies, stickers, and who knows what else you might receive in there. So,
By the way, I hate to put you on blast, Sean, but that who's the Moancore? Who was that by again?
Bad year.
I think it's a CD-ROM. Because my normal CD player wouldn't play it for some reason. I think it's a CD-ROM, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I'm throwing those are getting thrown in orders for free because I suspected the same thing. So
Okay.
I had it for like a month, and I went to play it because I'd been listening to it on Spotify, and it wouldn't play. I was like, "What the fuck?"
All modern like CD players play CD-ROM.
This
I don't
one's
know.
from like the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all right. We'll get it. Upgrade your CD player. And real quick, Bruno GR says, no way Heavy Petting Zoo is better than Pennywise self-titled. I agree. And Mortal Coil says, cut Dylan's mouth. We'll get out of here right now. And also, real quick, once again, thanks for Mortal Coil doing all of these prediction polls every single week. We haven't really been covering them, so definitely stay tuned to see who wins in the final round. John is going to be giving away a birthday bundle, and I'll be throwing in 2 Rancid records, a 7-inch, and let's go. So let's go, and let's get out of here. So
Later,
bros.